Hello boys and girls and welcome to another cookery show with your chef Nathaniel Washterick. So today, my little lovelies, we're going to be getting spicy in the kitchen. So yeah, basically, simple, you got a shans, it's about 85p to £1.35 for your spices and your mixes. So it's kind of cheating in the same way, but it's just as beautiful as in restaurants, yeah? It's not really cheating, you still have to do half the work. So this is your tikka seasoning. Ideally, the longer you leave it to marinate, the better, but it still does taste amazing. So with this, very simple, just like so, open it up, get your bowl, add your mix. Now I did this in a kebab a couple of months back, and literally my mate and a partner and everybody that tried it were like, this is better than a restaurant, this is like that takeaway, it's gorgeous. And it really was just out of this world. So all you're going to do with this is add half a cup of water, but add and mix, don't put it all in at once because you don't want it too watery, so you've got to look at the consistency. Yeah? Just like so. And that's looking pretty good to me, yeah? And all you're going to do with this is you're going to put your meat into that to soak. You're going to leave it in there to soak in that, yeah? Just like so. It smells absolutely to die for, yeah? What we're going to add to this is this mix here, some coriander, yeah? Just like so. Chop the coriander. It gives it a bit more fragrance, yeah? And it gives it flavour. So there you go. And now all I'm going to do is wash my hands and move on to the next bit, which is put your diced chicken in that for the chicken tikka, which is one of the starters that's going to accompany the meal. So I should be back in a minute. And I'm back. So basically all I've done is cut up my chicken into pieces. Now this is halal chicken. I got this from Shan's. So this costs £5 for two massive chicken fillets, and they are really big, look. I'm using for another one. They are huge, I mean really big, colossally big. So, they're well worth it. So the rest of it actually comes to £15. So for all of this, I could probably feed a family of 4 to 5, maybe 6, on £20, which is not bad at all, guys, yeah? When you think about it, it's not bad at all. Because all the starters and stuff that I'm doing today, on the meal, you'd easily, per person, like chicken tikka as a start, you're talking between £5 to £10, yeah? Depending on where you go. So all you're going to do with that now is leave that covered up and leave that to marinade, yeah? And put that to a side. Look, marinate it as long as you can. Even better if it's overnight, yeah? Trust me, it's really nice on a barbecue as well. But this is perfect. Yeah, and it's healthy, is chicken tikka as well, because it's got all the spices like stuff like cumin and stuff like ginger. It promotes weight loss. It's good for the blood, it's good for the heart, so is garlic. A lot of people don't understand that. Oh no, that was fair enough because it's not very educated around. Pardon me, sorry. Oh, it's that pint I just had. But yeah, so I should be back in a minute. Right, and I'm back, so we're going to move straight on to the keema now. Yeah, so with your keema, you want a packet of mince, 500 grams, yeah? This is 15% fat. So this is brilliant, this mince, it's really lean. What you're going to do is you're going to put half of your mince in to your frying pan, just like so, yeah? Into that. Make sure it's up to heat and that. So I shall bring you over now, actually, it'll be easier. There we go. Right, so, and then, press that in. Do you know, this bloody I hate technology. What's that one actually I need? That one. So get that up to heat, yeah? And you're going to put half your mince into that. So, and then what you do with that is once you've done half your mince, whatever juices, residue, whatever you want to call it, from the fat or anything, if there is any, from your mince, drain that off. Put that aside, the mince, and then do the same process with the other half, yeah? I should be back in a second. Now, don't laugh at me, it's not summer, I know it's not summer yet, but I am not chopping these onions while I have not got anything on my eyes, because these are like some of the largest onions I think I've ever seen, and you just know they're going to make your eyes water. So, half an onion, yeah, this is for your keema. Like so. That middle stalk in an onion, get rid of it, because that's what gives you bad breath, yeah? Don't worry, there's no fancy way of doing it. I can't really bloody see now, because I've got bloody sunglasses on. But yeah, I feel like a blues brother. But yeah, there you go, you've diced up your onion, just like so. You've got 25 grams of freshly diced, very small, ginger, yeah? Which is this stuff. If you haven't already seen it, ginger, yeah? And 3 garlic cloves. So that's all here. This is all ready to go in once I separate the mince. Put it aside, then you brown off all this, soften it and that. So I shall be back in a second. Now once you've took your mince out and you've left it in a Pyrex dish or whatever, you've drained the oil off, whatever you can put it in, do whatever. Put your onions, your ginger and your garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, 25 grams of ginger, chopped, fresh, and half an onion, large onion, yeah? Stick that into your frying pan, soften all that down, just like so, yeah? And while that's happening, I'm going to go wash my hands and I'm going to move on to the pakora mix then, because then you can get the onions sat in it, ready and working, yeah? Now, with your onions, garlic and ginger, add some seasoning, yeah? So, I'm going to put in there. I'm not going to put glasses on again because they're just so strong with the onions. So a nice generous bit of pepper, a little bit more salt than I normally use, so about half a teaspoon of salt. And you'll see that it's starting to sweat them off, yeah? So I'm now going to move on to the pakora mix for the onions, the mushrooms and the chicken. Back soon. And I'm back. So with this, it's super simple, yeah? All you're going to add with this is a tiny little bit of green chilli, which is there. I'm going to add a little bit of oil and half a cup of water to this mix, yeah? Absolutely beautiful. These will be deep fried, yeah? So if you've got a deep fat fryer or you've got a pan, whichever, same principle. Like so. Open that bag. Or maybe do it properly, make sure you do it. There we go. It's already got all the spices and everything in it, apart from if you want to add a green chilli, which I am going to add just a tiny bit. Make sure you don't burn your onions. Oh, they're looking beautiful. So with your onions, your garlic and your ginger, in a minute, I am going to pop over there and I am going to add the mild curry powder. Yeah? Once I've put these in. Try not to get too much on your hands if you can help it. If even better, wear gloves if you can, if you have some. There you go. Let's use that so I don't use my fingers. I have been caught by that before, and let me tell you now, it hurts. Same with jalapenos. So add that into your mix, just like so, like that. Add your cup of water. Or half a cup of water. Obviously give it a stir, make sure you don't overdo it with it, because it'll just turn manging. So a little bit more water, just like so. It's really simple, guys, this. I think it is, anyway. And you'll see it turns into a paste, yeah? Which is what you want. Right, I'm going to use this, so I'm going to do onion bhajis, mushroom bhajis and chicken pakoras. Pakora and bhaji are pretty much the same thing anyway. It's like you get mushroom bhajis, they call them mushroom pakoras some places, it's just exactly the same. So don't get confused by that, yeah? And these are about £1 to pick up from Shan's. Any Asian store will do them probably anyway. So, but you know, these people that go out and spend so much money. I'm just going to have a taste. Oh. There's so much money going out for curry houses and stuff like that, because it's not cheap anymore, yeah? And really, you can make it all at home yourself. Super simple. And super cheap, on a budget. Because that's what we're doing, we're cooking on a budget, babes. Bit more water. Perfection. There we go. Right, so now with this, with your onions and that, yeah, what I'm going to do with this is I am going to add Madras curry powder, mild, yeah. You can pick it up, curry powder, most curry powders, or you can get a tikka one. But try and go for medium. It doesn't really change the flavour anyway, it's what you add to it. What it does is it adds an aroma and it adds colour to it, yeah. It will give it a slight little kick, but not so much as you think it will. More colour and what have you. So, add that in, stir that in. When it starts to get all the aromas and stuff, add your meat back to your... God, I got a bit chilling. Add your meat back to your onions and garlic and ginger. There you go. I'm back, so you see how gorgeous the onions look now. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely stunning, yeah? Now you're ready to add back your meat. Once you've added your meat, give it a good stir, add your tin tomatoes and 200ml of your beef stock, yeah? Which you can pick up from most stores anyway. So I've picked it up from there, and there you go. So it's like a beef stock or meat stock, yeah? So there you go. I shall do that and I shall be back in a second. And I'm back. So what I've done is I've added my tomatoes, 250ml of beef stock, and some fresh coriander stalks and leaves. The stalks give it an intense flavour and it makes it just a little bit more sexier, the food, yeah? So leave that to simmer now, and I'm going to add my peas shortly after. And then leave to simmer for a few more minutes. Make sure your rice is washed, get the starch off and stuff, because you can get a bit of an upset stomach, and it's better just to make sure that it's alright. So yes, don't have this on too much of a big heat, probably about medium, yeah? So there you go, and season if you feel it needs a good seasoning, or you can add a bit of chilli, it's up to you, depending on how spicy you want your food. So yes, I should be back soon. Right, so while that's simmering and your rice is on, get your onion. This is for your onion bhajis, by the way, darlings. Super simple. I remember when I was a kid, there used to be a van that used to come round in Homewood, yeah? And my mum will remember this. I used to pay for like 50p for a big bag of bhajis, yeah? Everybody on the estate used to go to this guy, and this woman or whatever. I think it was a guy actually. They were up on the Homewood estate, and it were like, you don't get anything like that anymore. You're talking like 3 to 5 quid for starters and stuff now. It's ridiculous. The prices of everything has gone up, like massively, you know. But I'm just still trying to show people how to cook on a budget. I mean, the pakora mix stuff, yeah, it's cost 85p to £1.35, depending on which brand you get, yeah. So you work it out yourself. Big onion, between 50p to £1. So I'm making you portions, like a lot of onion bhajis for the less than 250, and you could make enough for like 5 people. It's crazy. This is why I do what I do, and I enjoy it. Anyway, shout out to everybody at It's Worth Talking About. Shout out to everybody, general public, YouTube, the usual stuff, you know. So you know what I'm on about. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, got all your onions chopped. There you go. Don't have to be any fancy way of doing it. So there you go. Perfect, yeah? And I should be back in a second. Now, with your chicken tikka pieces, they've been sat marinating. All I'm going to do with these is put these on the meat machine, put them onto there, just like so, cook them, so they're nicely evenly cooked and everything, and bish bash bosh, it's done. That simple. With your onions and your mushrooms into your mix, yeah? Give it a good stir, take them out, pop them into extremely hot oil, bush, there you go. Simple as. And then with your chicken pakoras, the same process with that batter. So there you go. Back soon. Right, boys and girls, and I'm back. So that big chicken fillet that was saved, I'm just splitting it 6, so that's 3 chicken pakoras. You've got your mix here, because obviously I'm doing mushroom and onion. So there you go. I want them separate, obviously, not cross-contaminationings. So I'm going to put my chicken into this mix now. Just like so. A good swirl around, leave it for a couple of minutes. Oil is getting nice and hot, which is perfect. Just like so, like that, yeah. And I shall leave that covered. We'll come back to that back in a moment. So you have put your onions in and fry them just like so. Same process with your mushrooms, same process with chicken. Your rice is cooking and that is looking absolutely banging. Back in a moment. And just like that, guys, I am done finally. It is one exhausting meal to do, but I absolutely love it. So if you're into making stuff like picky stuff, you know, and you want to get your hands dirty, this is the kind of thing. So this is £20 for everything. Obviously there's more in the pan and stuff, so this is just basically what we're eating. So yeah, it does make a lot more, so there you go. So hashtag come cook with me, it's taste meals, hashtag it's worth talking about, hashtag cooking on a budget, hashtag I'm so hungry so I'm going. So ciao for now. And here we have it, guys. You have onion bhajis, mushroom pakoras, your chicken tikka, your chicken pakoras, your keema and rice. My mind went blank. Some chapatis that I'd already bought. This is the mix that you need to make your pakoras or your bhajis. There you go. I picked up this because it's just nice and easy, but you can make your own, which I have bought some as well to make my own. But there you go. Thanks for watching, guys.